Elijah Schaefer has finally responded to Milo Yiannopoulos' claims about him. Well, he hasn't really responded. He's kind of reacted to them, but he hasn't given the proper response. And it's looking kind of weak, I'm not going to lie. So if you're not aware, I think a couple of days ago, Milo Yiannopoulos started dropping personal information on Elijah Schaefer. I believe he's founder. I don't know. Something to do with Rift TV. And Sarah Stock. I don't really know either of these people. I'm not really in this conservative sphere, all right? I know like the main players, the Daily Wire guys, Nick Fuentes. I'm familiar with like Benny Johnson. I'm familiar with Elijah Schaefer, but I never really watch his content, all right? He does seem like a weird guy, to be honest. But he posted something odd on Twitter a couple of days ago saying that his wife and his kids were missing, and he was saying that he was saying that they were missing, and it was reported that he had filed for divorce, I believe, recently. And then, of course, Milo Yiannopoulos was exposing Sarah Stock for supposedly having slept with Elijah Schaefer. I wanted to cover this on Tuesday. I didn't cover it, but I did want to be very careful with how I did it because I want to be very charitable to Sarah Stock. I want to be charitable to Elijah, who claims he's a Christian. Don't know how true that is, but either way, I don't want this to fall into slander or gossip. I think it's relevant to how people use how tradcons use religion to, I don't know, support their ideas or kind of grift in a way. I think someone like Sneeko, for example, is guilty of this, like grifting for their audience. You can see like, this is a perfect example. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. Tristan, I don't know how Christian he is, but he claims to be an Orthodox Christian, I think. And of course, Andrew Tate being a Muslim, he claims. So I do think it is relevant to talk about. I don't think it's completely just gossip or slander to bring these things up. It is important to talk about how people are using religion kind of as a mask to hide maybe their own inadequacies and appeal to people in that group. Because of course, if you're a Christian, you're going to appeal to Christian people. Christian people are going to want to hear what you have to say if you're a part of their group. It's only natural. Now I myself am a Catholic. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent. I am going to react to the update on the story. I'm just covering the initial story, which was Milo exposing Sarah and Elijah's affair, or supposed alleged affair. Now, mind you, what Sarah admitted was that they had a fling and that she blacked out. She never said specifically what happened, that they had sex or that there was a relationship or how long it went on for, or people are claiming that she had abortions. We don't know that for sure. There's no evidence to support that. I think Milo even said that himself. But the audio we have only says that she blacked out at a CPAC event and that they had a fling. That's all we know, basically. But of course, people are taking that and running with it. And I think there's some truth to it, obviously, because she deleted all her socials. And it's a bad look for her. But today is more about Elijah, okay? It's about Elijah Schaefer and his response, which is insane, considering how he apparently filed like a counter divorce, like his wife wanted to divorce him. Mind you, there's all this evidence of him being promiscuous while in his marriage, engaging in various affairs, including, like I said, with Sarah Stock. And then because his wife filed for divorce, according to Milo, he went and filed for divorce against her in a different state so that it wouldn't look like she left him, which is kind of pathetic. But you can see his response here on his page. This is 2 days after Milo's claims, mind you. He says, "It's my story to tell." And then he thanks the people that supported him. In there included is Nick Fuentes. Yeah, I don't know. Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, Alex Jones, Gavin McInnes, Lisa Elizabeth. I don't know who Lisa Elizabeth is. But he says, "Real ones, I got mad or I'll be mad. They will not get away with this. I'm not fucking leaving. Game on." And he puts a cringe picture of him with some Matrix filter on it. And then let me see what else he says. "Thank you at Nero," which is Milo Yiannopoulos, "for making me famous. You fucking snake bitch. Blood is in the water and I fucking hate sharks. I have a dick and it works. Everyone can go cry about it. I'm taking applications for podcast appearances. I'll release the info they are shopping about me myself." And then Nick Fuentes down here glazing. Okay, this is tough. I can't even lie, bruh. "Not the slightest care," Milo saying, "not the slightest care about any of the lives you've wrecked. Just straight back to your bullshit. Incredible." I mean, that is a fair response from Milo. You know, as gossipy and as critical as Milo is, I believe he claims Christianity. I'm not sure. This is not something you do when you've made a mistake, right? When you've made an error. It's not isn't a Christian thing to do. To it has I think Elijah's, yeah, like I say, he identifies as Christian. I think he was deciding between Catholicism and Orthodoxy to ruin people's lives with affairs and sexual relationships, and then be like, I'm owning up to. I'll tell everything. Like, yeah, I have mad sex. Like, I have a dick in a work. It's like, bruh, is this your king? Like, what is this? Nick Fuentes, you approve of this? I have a dick and it works. So therefore, that's why it's fine that I have a bunch of affairs, outside of my marriage. Yeah. So what the heck is this? Why did I go to my main page? Okay. So we're gonna react to what Milo started releasing after this response, because I guess it seemed like Milo warned Elijah. He was after the initial allegations Milo made. It seems like he sent Elijah a message saying, go to rehab, take some time off, log off from the internet, don't come back in like 2 weeks. I think he said something like this, and he was really advising. He was like really against Elijah responding to him, and he didn't listen, obviously. And so now Milo has released more information, and so we're gonna listen to this video, which is Elijah Schaefer speaking to his wife. And he says some listeners may find his content distressing, so warning, I have not listened to this, so I have no idea what this is. I'm listening to this, not knowing what to expect. I heard another video he released, another audio clip he released of Elijah talking about his substance abuse, but that's not, it was like a 50-second clip. He didn't say much. So yeah, let's listen. I have to put these on. I can't.
I'm like literally like, oh, hey, you know what? You had a couple beers. Oh, why do you lie to me? Why do you lie to me? You know what? You're a fucking whore and a bitch. You need to shut the fuck up. How about that? Because when I talk to you the truth, you become a fucking whore, and I don't want to be around you. Oh, I'm not a whore. Yeah, maybe you're not. You act like one. How about that? Oh, well, you want to show yourself to me? Yeah. How about this? I can handle your shit. Fucking divorce me. Take my son. Do what the fuck you want. How about this? Shut the fuck up, because I'm your husband, and I'm trying to support you and be your husband. Well, you had a couple beers or something. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I hope you die. I hope you die successfully. Oh my god, your husband had some beers. I hope you die in peace. Oh my god, you have fake problems. You have fake problems. You're a fake complainer. You have fake problems. Your husband loves you. He works for you. He does everything. Oh my god, Wendy, could you just be honest with me for one moment? Oh my god, what did I do? Was honest with you. Do you know what I got in return being honest? This shit. So fuck you. Honestly, from my bottom of my heart, fuck you, you bitch. I fucking will never be honest with you. You're a fucking ungrateful bitch. So fuck you. You don't deserve any honesty. Oh, I just really want you to be honest with me. I want you to just please. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You had a couple beers. You tell me in past life. Oh my god, you're such a fucking lie. Oh, you suffer with lying. You suffer with lying, you bitch. You suffer with lying. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Fuck you. Honestly, just fuck you. You're such a fucking stupid cunt. You're just like, oh, you had a couple beers. I just wish you told me the truth. No, you don't, you bitch. You have no desire for that. It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry every time I listen to your stupid fucking shit. It makes me so angry. You know what? It makes me so angry. I'm so angry. I even listen to you for 10 minutes. You just lie to me through your teeth, and you go, when you lie to me, you lie to me too. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. And you go, when you lie to me, you're a liar. I hate you. You're a fucking lying bitch too. So fuck you. I'm done with this. And you know what? It's just retarded. I won't be honest with you. I don't know why there's an issue tonight. My dad sucks. I'm sorry, my dad sucks.
Okay, I think that's the end of the clip. I don't know what he was saying at the end there. My dad sucks. I think that's what he says. It's obviously not a way you want to talk to your wife. I'm sure he was intoxicated during this. I just ruined my hair over that. What the hell? I'm sure he was intoxicated over this. Obviously, like I said, not a way you talk to your wife. It is a little bit disturbing, actually. It almost reminds me of the Steven Crowder situation where he was talking to his wife on the patio, if y'all remember that. This lady, Lizzie Marbach. I think I've argued with this lady on here on Twitter. because I think she's a Protestant, and I responded to some of her faith alone stuff. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, she says, "I'm begging Christians to be more discerning. This man has zero repentance," and she's right. I mean, for a Christian, this guy's reacting like in an insane way. But look, I mean, kind of as she's insinuating, like, I don't think this guy's really a Christian. He's just, LARPing, as the kids say. He's just kind of grifting because it's the popular thing to do. I don't know. I feel like it's an easy way to gain fans if you're a conservative nowadays, is to convert to some popular Christian denomination, or Muslim if you're an idiot like Sneak, and people will love you for it. As some might say, Sarah stalked it. Now, I think actually Sarah was genuine in comparison to Elijah Schaefer, but it's hard to know, I guess. I don't know. You can't judge people on the outset. You don't know what their true intentions are. You don't know their hearts. So this person, I don't know who this is actually. I see this account all the time. Kaguya's Top Gal. Anyways, they said Sarah Stock ruined her marriage over this. The accusation against Sarah being that she was engaged in this affair up until her engagement or her marriage. I'm not sure which one, but I mean, either way, not a good look. Of course, people are responding to Elijah after he tweeted that he's being canceled by a gay Jew, that being Milo, for being straight. And he says, I'm being canceled. Oh, sunlight is the best disinfectant. I don't know what that means. And somebody responded, you're getting canceled for cheating on your wife, which is true. Like, no, this is all stuff he did to himself. Blair White, a trans conservative figure, for those who don't know. Crazy because when I knew him briefly, regrettably, he was banging a guy who is now straight, married to a try-to-wife influencer. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this is Benny Johnson. I don't know who this is, actually. Oh, wait, I do know who this is. Wait, this guy looks familiar, but I don't remember from what. I remember he's like the alpha male, like, podcaster who like told her to shut up during a podcast or something. But I don't remember their names. I guess her name is Isabella, but I don't remember his name. Anyway, I bet it was Benny Johnson. A lot of people are saying Benny Johnson. And I did see, I don't remember if Milo mentioned it or somebody else said it, but they said that Benny Johnson and Elijah Schaefer like grew up together, went to the same elementary school or something like that. You're telling me Elijah cracks? Yo, what is this? Not Benny Johnson, I hope. Dude, what are you on his team or something? What do you mean you hope? Who cares? If it's him, it's him. Like, are we supposed to pretend this is not a gay man or what? Bruh. This is a video of Sarah Stock. So allegedly, it was alleged that she got multiple abortions, because she was impregnated by Elijah Schaefer. I highly doubt that's true, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. We don't have strong evidence of that. But in this clip, she's saying that people thought she was pregnant.
Garlic salt on everything, and then people just started to all tell me I'm pregnant. That would literally be impossible because I'm not married yet. So no, I am not pregnant. Maybe I'll let you guys know when I am pregnant, but probably not, because last time I made an announcement about my personal life, all the e-girls started coming for me. The garlic salt on.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know that there's much to cover here. Let me see if Milo has said anything recently, because Milo's a loose cannon, all right? I don't really like Milo. He's always struck me as weird. In his debate with Destiny, like, Destiny kind of talked about him going after young men, like boys, like 13-year-old boys or something. And I do know he's had kind of allegations against him, but I don't know how true they are, So I don't want to accuse him of anything without knowing. But like I said, I don't really know about him that much. I remember his interaction with Ben Shapiro, like, who knows how long at this point, 10 years ago maybe. I remember, like, when he was first getting famous. And then the interaction with the protester who was gay. I think he was gay, and he was like the only protester there. That was funny. Anyway, so I don't know. I do remember a few clips from Milo, but I don't know much about him recently. Milo reposting a tweet here saying, quote unquote, Catholic Nick Fuentes is siding with a bisexual, serial adulterer, druggie, sex pest, just like he did with Ali Alexander. Christ is king, they say mockingly. I don't know who Ali Alexander is, but yeah, it is weird to me to see Nick Fuentes side. Let me see this clip.
We gotta replace their Wait. Yeah, let's see on IG. Is that Elijah Schaefer? Is it? No. He's so gay for
for me. Hold on, what you drink? You met me a minute ago. What's going on here? Him and Ali was out here. I was like, I took Owen's short. I was like, Owen, Ali's a pedo, right? And he's like, why does everybody say that? I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
How do people not know?
And he's like, oh, I work for InfoWars, so I don't really deal with that. That's some bullshit right there.
Who said what?
Owen Schroyer was giving me the bullshit. Oh, I don't really know about Ali. I just work for InfoWars. That's my job.
Oh, were you asking about like?
Well, Ali hit on me hard.
Oh.
And was like, asked me who I was, what kind of alcohol I drank. He was like, hey, if you want to come do tours for me, let me know.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that guy.
The sexy maid up.
They're like.
So happy.
Who the fuck are all these people? Who the fuck is Dave Riley? Who is Ali Alexander? What is happening? Okay, anyway. And who is this guy Jake? Somebody's accusing him in the comments. Are we just immediately supposed to believe this kid? Okay, well now I have to open this one also. I'll open it in a new tab. Somebody defending Nick here for this. Or, sorry, somebody attacking this guy. I don't know that Nick has done anything wrong yet, except defend Elijah Schaefer, who, you know, Elijah's obviously in the wrong here, but I guess him and Nick are buddies or something. This guy saying, damn, bro, did Nick, like, rape you or something? It's not all you post about is him. I guess that's your claim to fame, is I used to be friends with him. Like, bro. What? It's like Nick's fans, like, don't see... They're unable to say anything in opposition to him. But it does seem weird that Nick isn't defending Elijah in this clip like he is currently. Although this clip looks kind of old. Nick looks kind of young here. I don't know exactly when this was. Is there a date on here? Oh, 2020. This is 6 years ago. So, I mean, a lot's changed in 6 years probably. But, of course... Sounds like this kid is alleging that Elijah and this guy Ali are gay, basically. Let me see what Nick says here.
Says, I tuned into an Ali Alexander Periscope the other night and told him he should stop hitting on teenage boys. Yeah, I think that's good advice. Then he banned me from commenting, ended the stream, and deleted the replay. Very strange. Yeah, it is some pretty strange behavior. And, you know, I'll just say that out of consideration for some of the people that are involved in that, I don't want to give away too many details. You know, some of the problems with these things is that, you know, you would like to have justice be served, but unfortunately, when you're talking about politics, it tends to concern people that have influence, and when there's influence, there's always complications. And there's not complications for me, but there's complications then for the people that are directly involved. And maybe could.
Wait, so then why is he scared to talk about it if there's no complications for him? That's kind of a weird thing to say.
Read into that, you know, maybe you could use your imagination, figure out what's going on there. But yeah, it's very curious behavior. I wonder what's going to happen with
curious. Hitting on teenage boys is curious, he says.
Character like that in the coming years. Behavior like that, you know, it can never, behavior like that when it's happening can never be totally hidden, like we've seen with some other characters. So, like I said, out of respect for people that are directly involved, I can't say too much. And by the way, out of respect, not by the way for anybody involved in the back end, but for people that might be victimized, who, you know, like I said.
Out of respect for the victims, I won't expose the perpetrators. Is that what he's saying?
There's complications when you're dealing with certain people, but it's politics. It's politics as usual. I'll just say that much. It's a lot of politics as usual. But, yeah, I mean, you could probably understand what's going on there. Comments being deleted, streams being deleted, where there's smoke, there's fire, and where there's fire, there's all the usual suspects, the usual industry. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
I'm going to re-listen to the first part again to remember exactly what.
Michigan Zoomer says, I tuned into an Ali Alexander Periscope the other night and told him he should stop hitting on teenage boys. Yeah, I think that's good advice.
Okay, so this is about Ali Alexander, not really about Elijah Schaefer. But I guess this was in response to somebody saying, are we just immediately supposed to believe this? Ignore the fact that I just looked up Benny Johnson gay. How do you spell Schaefer, damn it? Is it 2 Fs? Oh, yes, this might have been something I saw. Oh, yeah, this is what Milo said. Okay. A little known fact about Schaefer is that he attended church with and grew up around Betty Johnson, at whose house Schaefer attended sleepovers while they both attended Calvary Chapel. Schaefer left the church in a hurry when he was discovered having sex with another man. Despite his own past, one of Schaefer's favorite subjects is Nick Fuentes' homosexuality, a subject Schaefer returns to again and again, according to Sarah Stock, who comments in his second recording on how much shit Elijah talks about Fuentes in private. Which is funny, because now Fuentes is defending him, which is wild. It's almost like Fuentes has something against Stock. What does he have against Sarah Stock? And he's defending Sarah Stock as well, which is like weird. Like, why is... Dude, what the hell? Nick, of all people, who's like very inflammatory, like attacks people. I don't know, he's kind of... You want to think he's a loose cannon, but he kind of gives you unexpected reactions. Like when you expect him to go in and expose people or talk about them, he's like plays it very safe. He like is very reserved with his comments. So this is old news. I don't know that I'm going to be covering anything new because I already covered everything Milo said. But, you know, in the current context, it's now more, yes, in the past couple of days, it's been more about Sarah Stock, and now it's more about Elijah Schaefer.
Kind of weird because even Bearson's like, yeah, I'm like, I like Elijah though. Like, I don't have a reason to like dislike him, but like this needs to stop. Like, it's cringe. I don't know. He was kind of like in the middle like that. So and Beardson didn't even have like any of the examples where Elijah said like so much worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he wasn't even aware of us.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if even Beardson did a whole stream about this, he didn't seem to like. He barely knew anything about it. So I just kind of feel like most of them. I don't know.
I guess
I
it's...
was thinking like if Nick knew like how much shit Elijah's talked about him, like Elijah will go around like telling people Nick's gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like said that before in like a room. Be like, yeah, I mean like I think it's definitely true that he is, you know, gay or whatever, but he has his own things. Just like he's like totally said that.
Because I'm saying, like, those things make me... I don't want to believe Nick's gay, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how I feel, but those things, like those clues that Elijah's leaving and always these comments, and then the fact that, like, Nick doesn't just crush him when he, like, counter signals or whatever. It's like, I just feel like, does he know something? Like, what does Elijah have that he's allowed to exist this long? Because, and maybe you're right, nobody's just paying attention. But
Hey, this is very true what Milo is saying here. Like, with Elijah seemingly against Nick and talking behind his back, like, what does he have on Nick Fuentes that Nick defends him so ardently? Even currently, what does he have on Nick currently that he's defending him? Okay, Sarah Stock, I can understand she's a Catholic, she converted. Maybe he thinks she converted in good faith and she's actually Catholic, which I happen to believe as well. I don't know, maybe there's a bit of that... You know, it's very possible that part of it is like quote unquote grifting, like, you know, it's going to look good with your audience, but maybe that's a subconscious thing, right? You don't do it consciously. Okay, you can give him the benefit of the doubt there. Maybe that's why he defended Sarah Stock. But Elijah? Like, why would he go through so much shit for Elijah?
No,
some of the tweets, like...
personally, I just think that like no one's paid attention to Elijah and they don't care what he said about that.
So then
Like,
why...
it's like,
Why does he want to go around saying he's gay? Like, why would he say that?
because he talks shit because he's jealous of Nick. He's extremely jealous of him.
Yeah.
It's like obvious. Like he's like talks so much shit about Nick for no reason
Why? Why do you think he's jealous?
because Nick's way more popular
Yeah.
and he's on his generational run.
Wow.
Then like Elijah will say things like, well, you know, Nick is like he's better at doing a show than me, but I'm the one who's like way better at running a business. Like he doesn't know how to run a business.
Bruh.
Like he says all these like copes basically because he sees himself as in competition with him, and then he would get like so jealous when like I obviously like would say like no, like Nick's like the leader of the movement. Like he like literally crashed out because I said to him that like oh like Nick's the leader of the movement, you're not. Or,
Mind you, there's no way, like, why would Elijah think he's the leader of that? Like, the most I know about Elijah Schaefer is he hosted a debate between, I think, Jay Dyer and Timothy Gordon. That's about it. And then he had some issue with, oh no, Sydney Watson was on his show. I think she was like a co-host or something. And then Sydney Watson had some disagreement with some guy who like called her a bitch. I don't remember, but like, I know him from like, he's like a side character in the podcasts I watch that feature him in it. Like, I don't care for him. I don't know how he could possibly think he's on Nick Fuentes' level.
Now that's starting to make a little more sense because I couldn't understand like where there was this switch where he was like condemning anybody in the company that was like liked Nick or watched his clips or was like even just like mildly supportive. He's like, you're either on my side or Nick's side, and they were crashing about you and Mike and anybody else that
whatever. And then they were trying to say, like, you're a groyper too, you're, like, to me. And I was like, no, I mean, he's just right about stuff. I don't even watch his stuff, but, like, whenever I see his stuff, like, he is right, and he's better than you. Like, that's just, like, a fact. But it was like, you're either on my side or his side. And now it makes more sense, like, if you had said that to him, I can understand why he would have got even more jealous. That makes...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now that makes more sense about the crash out. Because I remember confronting him one time and be like, dude, aren't you friends with this guy? Like, why do you keep this up? You know, like every show was like a dig, like, yeah, but they're all like incels, and you know, none of them are white, and they're not chads like me. It was like every time I was like, why do you care so much?
I fully believe Elijah said this because he does seem like very cringe. I don't know, something about him has always struck me as odd.
There was like a while. I haven't even watched his show in a long time. But like the last time I was watching it, or I would like check in, every single time it's just seething about groypers and like, no, it was totally like, he was like genuinely, like I don't think there was any other time he was like genuinely mad at me. But when I said that, I think he was just like, it was when like it was after SAS and Kevin Pasovic came on the show, and then we all went out to dinner. And then I was kind of like trying to convince Kevin to be like a groyper.
Yeah.
Basically, because he was asking me these questions about Nick, and I'm thinking like, dude, if we can convince like Kevin to be based in Red Pill, then maybe he can like convince his brother. Like I'm thinking like that way, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'm just like telling him like, no, that's not true about Nick. This is like what really happened or whatever. And I'm like trying to explain things to him. And then Elijah Schaefer be like, oh no, but like Nick is like, he's probably gay, I think, and like yeah, and like just like saying all stuff. And then so I'm just like defending.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know that I disagree with Elijah, all right? Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Nick Fuentes does seem, I don't know. He doesn't seem fully straight, let's say that.
Defending Nick, and then Elijah gets all mad. He's like, "Oh, why are you defending him so hard? You act like he's your boyfriend, like you have a crush." Like,
Mind you, as I say that, I know I don't. I'm not like the imposing figure of masculinity. But, takes one to know. No, just not saying I'm gay, but I don't know. I'm just saying, because I know I'm going to get a comment like, oh, well, you don't look too straight yourself. All right. Yeah, I might be a little effeminate. All right. But I'm just saying.
upset at me, and
Whoa.
then that made me kind of mad. I'm like, basically, I like told him to like humble himself, and I'm like, sorry, Nick's the leader of the movement. Like, no one even knows what Rift TV is. Like, I think.
So true, bro. That's actually kind of base. Okay, maybe I do like this Sarah girl. Me not knowing who she was and like knowing who, like finding out about her after she got canceled or whatever. That is funny. I actually don't know what Rift TV is. Like I've watched it like literally maybe twice. Maybe. Okay, maybe a few more times. I'm sure I've watched it without knowing. But like I said, the only clips I've seen are the ones with Sydney Watson and, a few other debates.
I think I like said something like that. Like, I'm not saying we don't have like a part to play or anything, but like, don't pretend like you have more influence than him.
Yeah.
And then, because that's what he was trying to claim, is that like he has no real influence or something. Like he clearly has like way more influence. He has like all these loyal followers, and like all of them are infiltrating. Like I know them.
He has a
And,
ton of influence. It's just like, it's undeniable. Even if you hate him, it's undeniable. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think this is
He
about
was,
done.
like, denying this and whatever, and then after he was like genuinely kind of mad at me, and the next day he like sat me down, gave me a talk about like bad mouthing the company in front of people who aren't in it or something.
Yeah.
Look at that luscious hair, dog. Speaking of effeminacy. Anyways, this is audio of Elijah Schaefer talking about him and his substance abuse. Not really that important. I mean, that's old news at this point. This is the divorce issued by his wife, I believe. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything more to say about this story. I mean, Elijah Schaefer seems to have a problem. He seems to have problems. Seems to be like flaming homosexual. Cheats on his wife. He seems to think he has aura or something. He thinks he's gonna have some based cool response. He thinks everybody's gonna react the way Nick did and say, "Oh, this is so tough." But I'm actually curious to see what he has to say, because this is gonna be an interesting drama. Lord knows I love some drama. So hopefully it doesn't fall too much into gossip. But I will cover it because I don't know. It is important to sift out who are the conservative influencers worth following and who are the ones who are, like Elijah Schaefer, adulterous, substance abusing, maniacs, basically, closeted homosexuals like Elijah Schaefer. And you want to be careful with having people like this in your movement and following them and hearing what they have to say when their private life looks like this. So anyway, Milo Yiannopoulos doing a service to the conservative community, and I'm curious to see what happens in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll update y'all as this story unfolds.